Hey guys, this is Scott Gailor for OCTAVEology. Just wanted to stop by and say hey, introduce myself, let you know what's going on. I'll be doing a column that will basically be about licks, tricks, ideals, tips, live gear, playing live, touring, everything, basically gear. I'm a tone chaser, tone junkie, tone anything you want to call me, but I'm also not a tone snob. I'll play anything if it sounds good. I don't put any sort of benchmark. It has to be X, Y, or Z. So be open-minded to that. We're going to do a great lesson series coming up, which is going to cover the pentatonic scale, the blues scales, and the diatonic major scales, and how to tie them together. And that's including using the major blues and the minor blues within the diatonic major. So you're going to have all this flavor, and that's going to be part of a kind of a weekly or bi-weekly series. We're trying to figure all that out now. But I just want to stop by and say hi, introduce myself, and tell you a little bit about what I've been doing and what I'm going to do. So I was the guitar player and founding member of Kid Havoc. We put out 2 records on Sun City Records. We put out Dirty Money, which was our second record, my personal favorite, and then our first one, which was called Roll the Dice. Did really, really well. Unfortunately, they went out of business. I put out my instrumental record last year on Maribel. Did really, really well. Great record. Going to start recording another one pretty shortly. Got a bunch of great reviews, so pretty happy with that. I played with Union Jack, Scrooge. I was the live guitar player for Lauren Crothy, which was amazing, and just did a bunch of great stuff over the years. So you can find me at any trade show, any NAMM, guitar show, that kind of stuff, demoing for somebody. I currently have a bunch of endorsements, which you can see in my bio. But I just wanted to introduce myself. So here I am. My name is Scott. If you want to contact me, there'll be some information below. In the paragraph below this video, I'll tell you how to get through to me through this site. I don't know what email address they're going to have for me yet, but I'm going to jump right in and talk about effects pedals. And it's probably one of the biggest questions I get. Where does this effects pedal go? I bought product X. Where do I put it in my effects chain? So I'm going to go simple. There's the textbook style of effects pedals. So you've got modulation effects, which is your chorus, your vibrato, your phaser, flanger, all that good stuff. That's going to go first in line. Next in line is going to go your time-based effects. So time-based effects being delays and that, analog delay, digital delay would be next, because that's kind of your way you would hear something. You would hear it kind of chorusy. Then if there were delays on it, it would be on it. And then your reverb would go on. And then for me personally, I like my noise gate at the end of the chain, but subtle, so it doesn't choke off my notes. But everything I just talked about would be in my effects loop. So I would come out of my effects loop, into my chorus, out of my chorus, into my delay, out of my delay, into my reverb, out of my reverb, into my noise gate, back into my effects chain. So that would be in and out of, say, one of these boogie heads here behind me. Now that would put my compression, my distortion, my fuzz, my overdrive, and my wahs out in front of the amp. And that's your cookie cutter basic way to do it so that you don't have any major malfunctions. And if you place your gate right and you tweak it enough, I use a regular Boss NS2 a lot and never have any problems. Just get the threshold right, and that will take care of sort of any of the fuzziness of things. I just started using a Buzz Be Gone from Von York that is pretty killer as well, which helps take any sort of weird secondary noise away. Now, here's the next part. There really are no rules with effects. If you want to put everything in front of the amp, go for it. You want to put everything in the loop, don't advise it, because you could screw some things up, but you could make some really cool sounds. The other part of that is I like modulation on my delays. So I will say put a phaser, then a digital delay, and then I'll put, say, a chorus on the second end of that. So I have chorus on the delayed phaser effect. I know it sounds weird, but it actually sounds really trippy and cool. Also, you don't forget your EQ pedal. You can put that in the effects loop. You can put it in the beginning as a boost. There is a ton of things you can do with effects. The best part about this, there are no hardcore rules. Nobody's going to come over and arrest you if you put your delay before your chorus. Some of the coolest things I've come across over the years has been that experimentation of just playing with effects pedals. Now that's my job. It's awesome. I go to NAMM and I play for all these effects builders, and it's really awesome. If you talk to, say, Robert Keeley from Keeley Pedals, who made me an amazing fuzz pedal, a Monterey fuzz, and that thing's ridiculous. And I have the 2-knob compressor, but you talk to him, he's got his own viewpoint of how things should go in effects. And I've talked to him a lot, man. I picked that poor man's brain. I should give him I should give him money every time I see him just for the amount of questions I ask him. Joel from Chase Bliss is another one. That poor dude must be tired of me by now with the amount of questions I ask him. And these are guys that are not only out there chasing tone like you and I, but they're inventing us and helping us invent these crazy tones. So watch what those guys do. Joel, when I met him and started using his effects, he never really even put his effects in an effects loop. They were always front of amp stuff. So I was one of the first guys to really experiment with that directly with him, and I love it. All his pedals react really well to it, and they're all analog based pedals. So just break all the rules when it comes to your effects. Do whatever you want to do, but just know that some things are going to sound better. I'll do a whole video on this, like putting an overdrive in front of a wah versus a fuzz, etc. But those are your hard, simple rules. If you're brand new to effects and you've never done anything with them, start with this. Your wet effect. So that's your chorus, your flanger, your phaser. That's step one. Followed by your delay, followed by your reverb. You can put your EQ anywhere you want to in the mix at that point, because what you're doing with the EQ is exactly that. You're changing the sound, so if you want to clean something up or tighten something up, you can do it that way. Any sort of dirt goes out front. I get most of my dirt from my amps, so I don't use a ton of dirt pedals. That's why I put my stuff in my effects loop. Knowing how to use your effects loop. Is your effects loop a series loop, or is it a parallel loop? Is it a tube-driven effects loop, or is it a solid-state effects loop? There's all these different things that can go around it. The trick is there isn't, like I said, there isn't a rule here. You just goes with what you feel is best for the rig that you have. The next part is spend whatever you got to spend. Get whatever you want to get. Don't be afraid to spend the money on something you like or want. Get the thing that you want. Save the money. Get the proper pedal. Don't worry if someone's on the internet says, oh, this pedal's no good. It was made in somewhere else. And this pedal's not hand wired with, vegan goat cheese raised wiring or some crazy bullshit. Get pedals that you like, put them in the order that you like, and mess with them. But again, there are some basic rules to it. So I hope you got a little bit out of this. I was kind of doing this quick, so hopefully I didn't ramble too much. Much love to the guys at OCTAVEology for starting this. This is going to be a great thing, and it's really a lot of my friends that I've met from doing NAMMs and trade shows and different things, and people that I now call friends. So this is going to be awesome. We are here for you, the musician, to help you grow, learn, and kind of go through the mistakes, live through the mistakes that we had so you don't have to make them too. So this is Scott Gailor. I'm signing off for OCTAVEology. Peace.